But Brandon Sanderson, the fantasy, he did a Kickstarter a while back. Now he's a very popular big name fantasy author.
I have many of his books. I really
Yeah.
like. Yes.
Okay. And he's traditionally published, but he has done some independent EPUB type stuff. He did a thing on Kickstarter. This was not new books. He took old books of his and was doing like new covers and new hardback versions, gold
Mm,
leaf, whatever. It was like a
okay.
collector edition of a book he's already published and put out.
Okay.
He
Okay.
had 4 of them or something like that. And
Okay.
he was basically, I have control of these books and the stories. I can do whatever I want with them. I want to see what happens. This is for the fans. This isn't because I'm trying to get super rich or whatever.
Okay.
And he's really popular. And a lot of people already own these books, but he wanted to try out Kickstarter. So he put them up. I believe at the end of the month, it was like $6.4 million, biggest Kickstarter ever.
Wow. I'm really unaware of that. I really like his works, but I hadn't been tracking on, and honestly, I don't know that I'm his best audience because now that I have all his books and I've read them all, I don't know that I need the new gold
Right.
stuff like that. But I guess like when I rebought albums because hey, we got a whole nother CD worth of what was going on in the studio while we were creating Sunlight or something like that. Okay.
So it was a great experiment. And I give kudos to Sanderson. He is one of the, not the only, not the, there's a lot of authors that do this, but he is probably one of the biggest name authors that throws his weight around in support of smaller authors, independent authors.
Very
He taught at Brigham Young University, some classes,
okay.
and he recorded all of them and put them on YouTube for free. Didn't charge people a course because people would pay money to get a course for Brandon Sanderson. It's free. It's 16 videos or something like that.
Fantastic.
His class.
I will go
He,
watch those. I didn't know those existed
oh
either. Yeah,
yeah.
I am aware of so much stuff, but okay.
And more recently, he was doing looking. He doesn't need to worry about how much he sells and all of that. He's got people that do it. Obviously, if you're going to sell 4 books that you've already sold and make $6 million on it, then you're not worried about that. So
Yeah.
he delved into audiobooks and not just, hey, my agent and my company go put out the audiobooks and send me a check. He looked into it and said, you know what? Audible's practices are unfair. He's they need, and he approached this. I don't think he just jumped into a lawsuit, but he threw his weight behind it to bring attention to it and say how it's unfair and tried to get people to go elsewhere. And, made Amazon look bad because of
Okay.
their practices. And it helped everybody, especially smaller independent people who never could have afforded fighting it. So
Fantastic.
the man isn't just existing and taking his money. And I'm not saying King and J.K. Rowling, that's all they do and that's all they think about. But he really is making that extra effort to get out there and make the world a better place for the author community.